Hi guys, it's Carrie with Rockin' G Farm. Well, today I've got a couple of hours before I go to work this afternoon, and I'm going to try to get some chores done on the farm. Of course, I'm going out to the chickens first. I'm going to move some of the chicken coops around, make sure the ladies have enough feed and water, gather some eggs, and then I'm going to work on some violas that I've got. I'm going to put them in my front flower bed with my trees, and I have them soaking in water right now just to hopefully not shock their roots too much. But it's very windy, so I'll probably have to do some voiceovers today because the wind is on fire here. But it's not 103 right now, so I'm hopefully getting most of this done before it gets too hot. But let's get on out to the chicken coop and get today started. See, the tomatoes today are doing great. They are loving being in the greenhouse. They're already starting on taking on some more leaves. They look great. They're not quite as yellow as what they were yesterday, so we're just continue to give them some feed, keep them safe in here, and hopefully get a good production of tomatoes for the fall. We are having an abundance of okra with large harvests daily. We have canned numerous pints of pickled okra. I planted 8 viola plants along with the dwarf Alberta spruce, and I'm hoping for a great colorful show in that pot. I continued in this area with 8 violas along this pot with my dwarf Alberta spruce, and then I continued to add 2 more hanging pots that had sweet potato vines in them and added 8 violas to each hanging basket. So we have got our violas up in the pot with my trees, and also I've got them in some of my pots here, my hanging planters. As you saw, I was watering these a lot. My problem with these was that you leave pots out in the hot heat greenhouse or whatever, and you do not continually add water to those pots, the pots will become hydrophobic, which means they don't like water. So it's like you water, and they will not soak in water. So that's why I was watering them so much, because after I got from the top layer down into the bottom layer of planting these violas, the bottom layer was just as dry as bones. So I continued to water. So I'm going to have to bring the hose out at least twice a day and water these thoroughly in the morning and thoroughly in the evening to make sure that they do not go hydrophobic anymore. They were starting to accept some of the water, but they were still a little dry. That was also a little bit of the problem with my trees in the pots. I haven't watered them in a while, especially since we were gone, and they were becoming hydrophobic, and so yeah. So just make sure if you have pots or soil that you are storing, make sure you water that soil a little bit. Even though if it's in the bag, just put a little bit of water in there just to make sure that it stays a little bit moist, not a whole bunch so it molds. But if you let your soil dry out too much, it's going to cause a problem, and it will take you forever to get that soil to start sucking up water again. But guys, that is what I did today. And also I just uploaded a short on my YouTube page. I was watering the front flower bed, and I have a milkweed out there, and I haven't seen any monarch butterflies or caterpillars. And golly gee, today I have, like last year, I would have like 30 or 40 on one plant, but this time I think I've seen probably about 6 or 7, not as much as before. As you know, the monarch butterflies have gone on the endangered species list. So guys, start planting milkweed that is for your area so that we can make sure that the monarch butterflies don't become extinct. But guys, thank you for joining me while I plant my violas. And let me tell you why I chose violas over pansies. Pansies have larger flowers, but not an abundance of flowers. Violas have smaller flowers, but they end up producing more flowers. So I would rather have a whole bunch of little bitty flowers with a whole bunch of little bitty color than just a handful of color throughout. So that is why I chose violas over pansies. But guys, thanks for joining me today on my farm as I did some potting up and got some stuff done today. Thank you for joining me, and make what you have beautiful. Spend some time with your family and say a prayer for your family.